Hey everyone! So I'm starting with some fresh homemade paneer or cottage cheese for the ravioli which we are going to make at the end of this video. I boiled some whole milk and added a few drops of lemon juice. We'll strain the curdled milk into a cheesecloth. Squeeze out all the liquid from paneer, rinse out the lemon flavor with water, squeeze it again gently. We do not want the paneer to be very firm, and then let this cool down and rest while we get to the other things we planned for this video. Here I have some tomatoes, basil leaves, green chilies and garlic for the pasta sauce. I'll chop these very finely. If you do not have basil, you can use holy basil or tulsi leaves. Sometimes I even add mint leaves to this. These are just only a few basic ingredients we are adding, as our goal is to make it basic but bold flavored, and this is as simple as it can be. In a hot pan, add some oil and add the finely chopped garlic, basil and chilies. Let cook for about a minute and then add tomatoes. I use the same sauce for pasta, pizza, or sometimes make and store this in the refrigerator ahead of time and use it in curries for a thick yummy gravy. We'll let this cook for a bit. Here I have about 1.5 cups of wheat flour. We'll add some salt to this and crack an egg. And add a little bit of oil and some water, and we'll start kneading this until it's nice and smooth. You know when you're slurping that long hanging pasta, how smooth and how easily it slides inside your mouth? Egg makes it even better. But if you don't like egg, it can be skipped. I've made pasta in many different ways with a variety of flours, and they all just tasted amazing and have different textures based on what variety of flour was used. The dough looks good. We'll cover and let this sit till the sauce is ready. Here I am adding some salt and we'll add some paprika to the pasta sauce. Paprika adds a smoky flavor to the sauce and some bright color to it. The tomatoes are cooking very well. This is ready and looking very good. Since I'm using a cast iron pan, I don't want to keep the tomato sauce here very long. We'll transfer this into a clean dry jar. The store-bought pasta sauce ingredient list has so many yummy flavors, but I can rarely distinguish between them, and all the flavors taste and smell the same to me. With just a few ingredients, homemade pasta sauce is so fresh and unbelievably flavorful. Kids just love this. Alright, I'm done showing off that gorgeous looking sauce. And for the pasta, here I have some water boiling. We'll add some salt to this, and now let's make some fettuccine. I've taken some dough, made it into a ball and started rolling it out. You can make them as thin as 1/8 of an inch or even thinner, however you prefer it. Make sure to flour the rolled out dough generously. We do not want any pasta sticking to each other. The extra flour will settle down at the bottom while the pasta is cooking in the water. Now to cut this, we can either use a knife or a pizza cutter. I find the pizza cutter with the roller blade works faster and way easier than anything else. Cut them as wide or as narrow as you like. I'm just going by a random size, not too wide, not too narrow, and that's it. We have made the fettuccine. Now I'll make some more and they'll be ready for cooking. The pasta can also be made ahead of time and completely dried and stored away. The water has started bubbling. I'll add some oil to this and then the pasta. Do not disturb the pasta as soon as it is added to the water. Let it cook for a minute or so and then start stirring it to make sure they're not sticking to each other. Use a soft spatula. These will take anywhere from 4 to 6 minutes to cook, and after 4 minutes, try to bite into one of these and see if they're ready. If they're not, let it cook for a minute or two more. Once they are done, drain the pasta and save this water to be used later. To a hot pan, add some oil. While the oil is heating up, gently with a soft spatula, move the pasta around to make sure they're not sticking to each other. Now add the pasta sauce to the pan. Let this heat up for a minute or two and add the pasta and stir well and serve it hot. That's it. There we have our basic, simple and easy pasta. You can play with this, add fun flavors and textures according to what you and your family likes. Make it fun for the kids by adding different colored vegetables, nuts or meat if you prefer. For the paneer ravioli filling, I'm toasting up some chana dal, sesame seeds, cumin and half a star anise and blend them into a fine powder. We shall add this to the homemade paneer we made at the beginning of this video. Let's open that paneer. It has set well. It's still soft but can hold its shape. We'll add some salt, paprika, and the powder that we just blended and mix this well. See how soft and crumbly the homemade paneer turns out? That looks very good. Let's set that aside. Let's make a quick and easy pesto for the ravioli. Add some oil to the hot pan and 2 green chilies and some mint. We'll toast this for about 2 to 3 minutes and we'll add some toasted peanuts to the grinder jar. We'll add mint and chilies to the grinder as well, some salt and oil. We'll blend this into a chunky pesto, not fine and smooth but chunky. Now for the ravioli, I split the rest of the dough and rolled out 2 sheets. We'll place about a spoon of paneer on the rolled out sheets here, spacing them about an inch apart. We'll cover these with the other sheet and seal around the filling nice and snug to make sure the filling doesn't come out when these are being cooked. We can either cut these with a cookie cutter or a knife or a patterned roller like this one. I'll show both ways here. Cut that out and make sure the ends are sealed. For the rest of these, I'm just going to cut them with the roller here. These can be made ahead and stored in the refrigerator or can be frozen. I'm done cutting these. I'm using the same pan we used to make fettuccine earlier. Since it is flavored with a yummy tomato sauce, the raviolis will get some of that flavor as well. And place these in the pan and cook them on both sides for about 6 to 8 minutes or until they are cooked through. These can be boiled or steamed as well, but I like the texture of them when they are cooked like this on a griddle or a pan, especially the cast iron. Add a little bit of that pasta water to soften these and help them cook well. And we're done. We'll set these on the platter and dress with some pesto. Since these were fried in the oil first to get a nice brown crust and are cooked in a cast iron pan, they have a nice crusty texture to them, and the inside we have some flavorful soft paneer, and the pesto adds so much flavor to these. They are so good. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and that it was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.